Alright everyone, we continue the Fani Willis saga here, of course, her being grilled for several hours, just now actually. Breaking news, she is withering under examination. She has no idea what she's saying, and she has no idea what she's doing. The lawyer speaking the weasel words are quite telling, by the way. I'll get into my analysis of this briefly in a moment. Of course, this is the Fultoncounty prosecution of Donald Trump at play. This is the DA down there who appointed several prosecutors to go after Donald Trump in the RICO case, actually. One of those prosecutors just happens to have been in a romantic and sexual relationship with her, contemporary to the time in which he was appointed, and then given more money than the others, and they went on trips together and shit like that. We already know this. We've got testimony to that effect. She's not doing a very good job. The examination of her, of course, is going to be combative, because the whole goal is to hang her with her own words. That's sort of what happens when you're on the hot seat in a court of law. Here's the problem, and I wonder if anyone else will pick up this analysis. The problem is that Fani Willis is used to being on the prosecutorial side of the legal framework. She's used to being the one that appoints a prosecutor and grills somebody and stuff like that. She's used to being on that side of the law. The reason why she's doing so poorly is that the only thing she can do when she's on the hot seat, when she's the one being questioned, is trot out her weasel words, and I think that it chuffs her. The problem is also, she's got a huge ego. She's the big DA. How dare you be questioning me? I'm the district attorney. You're not allowed to ask me questions. And so she says, like, don't get cute with me. It's a lie, it's a lie. That's, I guess, the big line of the night or whatever. And deflecting constantly and being snarky. She's being snarky. A normal defendant or normal person under testimony in general, being as snarky as Fani Willis is currently being when she's examined by the lawyers, would be admonished by the judge to shut the fuck up and just answer the question. It's like the only comparison I can draw, because I've been watching it, not in completion. I'm not going to watch the whole goddamn thing for hours and hours. I had to charcoal to make. I had to take a shower for the first time in 3 days. You know, it's a big issue. When you're charcoaling, you might want to wash your hair, by the way. Otherwise, eventually, it's going to get real fucking frizzy. Also be a little bit of a fire hazard with the charcoal dust. The only comparison I can draw, and it's an unfortunate one, is to like some of the defendants in Judge Judy, like or Judge Marilyn Million's court. I hate court TV. I find it boring and tedious and unlovable in every possible way. But sometimes I'm forced to watch a little segment here and there because, you know, I walk by the TV to do my thing, and my parents really like Judge Judy and Judge Marilyn Million. And sometimes you get a defendant, especially a defendant, occasionally the plaintiff, usually the defendant, and they are just as acerbic and snarky as possible, openly disrespecting the court. Sometimes they literally get thrown out for this, being disrespectful, evasive, and acerbic. That is Fani Willis in a nutshell. If you're not watching the testimony, like, just look at a couple of the recaps tomorrow. I guarantee some people are going to edit together a super cut of Fani Willis being a snarky bitch, because that's the only way to describe her. She's basically like, I answer no questions. How dare you be questioning me? I am the district attorney. There's no other way to put it. It's almost incomprehensible. And the fact is, the case against her and Nathan Wade is effectively cut and dry. You've got the evidence. You've got all of the evidence that you possibly could need. A lot of this is just going through the motions of trying to, again, hang her with her own words, to get her to say the wrong thing. So, like, you know, did you take this money? Well, I don't know that I took it. And the evasiveness is very telling, too. A lot of, I can't recollect. A lot of, I can't remember. A lot of, hey, this question doesn't mean anything. Hey, judge, am I supposed to answer this or not? Total evasiveness. That's usually what somebody does, especially if they have a legal mind, when they don't really have a case. And she's got a legal mind. She's the district attorney. So keep in mind her position, her legal training. When you analyze the body language, the evasiveness, the linguistics and stuff, you have to do that from the backdrop of understanding this is a person with a permanent lawyer hat on. Normally, you're not that evasive. If you've got nothing to hide and you're in a court, you're like, oh yeah, I took the money. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Because I know that the money was legal to take at the time. Yeah, we went on this trip together, and nothing improprietous happened, and I know that nobody's going to have a recording or a picture or anything of anything improprietous, because nothing improprietous happened, so the picture can't exist. You normally don't answer in such an evasive manner when you're on the legal hot seat as a defendant or giving testimony, unless you are trying to hide something. So instead, she's trying to hide behind the shield of, I'm better than you, I'm the district attorney, I shouldn't even be here, you're not worth my time, you're basically a worm, and I'm the big god, because she's used to that. She's used to having that wide-reaching legal latitude. It's like if you had a judge that was on trial for murder or something like that. They'd probably act in a similar manner because their legal mentality has been screwed up by being in the position of power, by having the ability to hold someone in contempt, hold them, get them detained, hire a prosecutor to go after them, something like that. That's her mentality. She's got the prosecutorial mentality. She's not like the average person who has more of a defendant's mentality. Maybe they've been to jail before or something like that. They're more used to that kind of mentality. Oh shit, I'm being prosecuted. Or it's just a civil case. A plaintiff, small claims court or something like that. That's the average person's legal expertise. With her, she's a DA. She don't want to be sitting where she's sitting right now. She finds herself in that unfortunate situation and she can't quite deal with it. And it's hilarious to watch. This is going to torpedo the case against Donald Trump probably, by the way. That's about all. Peace out.